So can we agree that 1 out of 3 isn't bad? Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Scott here from Can Geek Games and Collectibles. Welcome as always to the Can Geek YouTube channel. And one of my favorite things to do when we're out vending at events like the Toronto Gaming and Collectibles Expo, the Pop Culture Comic-Con event, or the Ajax Toy Invasion is to engage with all of you about a shared love of fandom. And since we can't do this face-to-face, that's why I'm recording this video today, because I really want to talk about WandaVision. And can we agree that 1 out of 3 isn't bad? Now here's what I mean by that statement. If you've been reading any of the blogs that I've published at cangeek.com over the last few weeks discussing my personal theories of WandaVision, or if you've watched any of the previous videos that have been uploaded here to our YouTube channel regarding WandaVision, then I had some very distinct opinions about what I thought was coming. And at the very top of that list, I stated weeks ago that in my opinion, WandaVision at its core was a love story. And that it was a story about Wanda Maximoff, who had lost the love of her life and did not want to go on living without him. I even suggested that Wanda was using her abilities to reshape reality to bring Vision back into her life. And in that respect, it turns out I was right. That's exactly what it was. WandaVision was a love story. Wanda was using her abilities to reshape reality. And by the way, it was a really nice touch on Disney's part to use the introduction of Agatha Harkness as an opportunity to basically solidify Wanda as a mutant whose abilities were enhanced by the Mind Stone as opposed to being as a result of the Mind Stone. So there's a door right there that was opened for events that will play out in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, at least in my opinion. Having said all that though, 1 out of 3 isn't actually great. I also went on to predict that by the end of this series, we would see the appearance of Stephen Strange. I was convinced that based on an interview that Elizabeth Olsen had done with TV Line, where it was basically implied that there would be a major cameo in this series, I was convinced that Stephen Strange was going to make an appearance as a lead-in to the Multiverse of Madness film. On that one, I was absolutely wrong, unfortunately. I also suggested at one point that maybe the events of WandaVision were not actually taking place in the main Marvel universe and were actually taking place in another part of the multiverse. I kind of figured that this would be an opportunity for them to potentially bring back some characters that are no longer part of the Marvel universe. And I was even more convinced that this was the direction we were taking with the appearance of Evan Peters as Quicksilver. What they did with Peters' Quicksilver was a little disappointing, and I see it as a major missed opportunity on Marvel's part. Again, that's my opinion. But what I really want to talk about was what made this series such a success, again, at least in my opinion. And it is without a doubt these 3 characters right here. So, I mean, this is an opinion, but I legitimately believe that if not for the chemistry between Jimmy Woo, Monica Rambeau, and Darcy Lewis, that Marvel's WandaVision would not have been the success that it is. I mean, there's no question that this series opened up several doors for things that I'm sure will take place in Phase 4. The introduction of White Vision and what I'm going to refer to as Wanda's vision, unlocking White Vision's memories in the final scenes of the series finale, basically, in my opinion, will allow Vision to return later on in Phase 4. But the storytelling that was done in WandaVision is not the type of storytelling that I think we're used to as Marvel fans. It was more of a slow burn. I'll go so far as to say that it dragged on a little too long for what it was. There was a climax, but it was a little disappointing by the time the final minutes played out. So, if my one takeaway from WandaVision is this, it's that we really need to see Marvel and Disney leverage Jimmy, Monica, and Darcy as characters later in Phase 4. And I would actually love to see maybe an X-Files type series with these three characters doing their own thing. Regardless of what Marvel and Disney do with these three characters, I really hope that we have not seen the end of them. So, I would love to hear your opinions if you have now seen all 9 episodes of WandaVision. Did you enjoy it? Were you expecting more? If you had had the ability to write a different ending, what would that ending have looked like for you? Please leave me a comment down below. Share your opinions and thoughts with me. And as always, we'll chat again soon. Thanks very much for supporting us here at Can Geek Games and Collectibles. Stay safe, and until next time, ciao for now.